Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making apple pie inspired overnight oats. So I'm going to start off with, I've got a whole pink lady apple that's washed and cut into quarters, and I've took the core out. So I'm going to be grating that. And then I'm going to be adding some nuts, some spices, that kind of thing. Today is Saturday. I'm making this ahead for Monday because if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I do low calorie day on a Monday and Tuesday. So this will be my one meal on that day. So it might look as though there's a lot of different things going in, but that's fine because it's well within my calories that I have on that day, and it will fill me up nicely for the day. So okay, so I'm going to start off by grating my apple, and I'm going to be using this just because it's a lot easier and not as messy. I think I'm going to grate it on the bigger setting and then just see how it looks. So yeah, I'm going to do that and I'll come right back. So this grater was from Amazon, and it does have a lock-in mechanism just there, that if you put a little bit of water on the base and then lock it on, it just stays in place so that it's not sliding about all over the place while you're trying to grate your stuff. So I'm going to grate this apple now. It can sometimes get stuck up in there, so if you just pull it out, then you're not going to have to scoop it out with a spoon. So that's grated now, and then you just release the lock mechanism and you can move that out of the way. I'm not going to rinse it just yet because I'm going to be making the same in a minute for my husband. So this is the vegan version. So now I've got my jug that I'm going to be adding the dry ingredients to. So okay, I have got another set of scales here. Obviously the battery's gone in that one. So let's try again. There we go. Okay, right, so I'm going to be putting in 30 grams of oats. So 30 grams of oats. They're just Tesco porridge oats. And then 15 grams of milled chia seed. So 15 grams for that. And then 15 grams of milled flaxseed. You don't have to put both of these in. But as I said, because this will be all that I'm having on that day, on the Monday, I do like to add more, just so that, you know, when I do get to have it in the evening, it's nice and filling for the next day. You know, it takes me over, so it's fine for me anyway. If you'd rather not add as much, then, you know, just leave things out. So then I'm going to be adding 15 grams of this milled hemp seed. So there's 15 grams there. Just wipe that off. And then 15 grams of this vanilla protein powder, and it's from Protein Works, and it's in vanilla cream, and it's a vegan protein. So 15 grams of that. And then 10 grams of this vegan collagen glow in Vivid Vanilla. And that's here. Now, like I've said before, you don't have to use the same ingredients that I'm using. You can use your favourite brand. You don't have to add this. Like I've said before, I think once I've run out of this, I won't buy it again anyway. Not because it's, you know, it's not very nice or it doesn't work, as far as I know. It's just because of the cost of it, really. It doesn't fit into my shopping budget, and I haven't noticed enough of a difference to say that it's worked for me. So I'll just be leaving it out, I think, once that's run out. So now I'm going to add my spices. You can use a sweetener if you like. I'm going to find that, you know, the fruit and everything, all this, the spice is going to help with all that. So I will leave any extra sugars out, just because I think that it's got enough in it for me. So I'm going to add some ground nutmeg, good healthy sprinkle of ground cinnamon, a little bit of ginger, and then you can totally leave this out, it really does not matter. I'm going to put in a little bit of ground turmeric just because I really like it. I don't always just have to have it in savoury things, and then a tiny little bit of black pepper, because as I understand it, turmeric works better when paired with just a bit of black pepper because it activates it, I think, anyway. So a tiny little bit. So I'm just going to give that a stir through before I add my liquid stuff. So I'm going to now add, I'm just going to wipe this off, just because if I can see it, then you can see it. So just get rid of that. So I'm going to add 100 grams of this coconut collab yogurt. So 100 grams. This isn't overly coconutty, as you know, as in my opinion. It's not very coconutty. So you know, it's not that you can taste it and, you know, that kind of thing, obviously. So yeah, I quite like it. So then I'm going to add 100 mils of this Rude Health cashew milk. So 100 mils of that. And then I'm going to add a little box of these raisins. Now obviously it's not going to taste like apple pie, but it's just inspired. It just feels a little bit different than, you know, just boring overnight oats or porridge or that kind of thing. So stir that through. But I do look forward to having low calorie days. To be totally honest, I do look forward to it, just because it feels like a little bit of a reset. This is just for me, this is my opinion. Because it kind of makes me look forward to having my meals on the rest of the week. So when I have low calorie days Monday, Tuesday, it makes me look forward to eating bigger meals again, rather than, you know, having bigger meals every day of the week, something like that. You know, it's not for everybody. I'm not suggesting that you do it. It's totally up to you. But I have found that it's worked for me. And I do enjoy doing it, especially because yesterday. So I'm just going to pause 1 minute just while I have a quick look for something. I was just looking for my little squeezy lemon, but I can't find it. So yeah, yesterday we had a little bit of a just adding my apples now. Had a little bit of a cheat day, and did go a little bit mad, I think, to the point where I feel a little bit icky now, feel a little bit sugar hungover, I suppose. I think I like the idea of a cheat day more than actually having one, just because I never really enjoy what I have. So, you know, say like if I'm looking forward to having, but we had chippy yesterday, if I'm looking forward to having that and it's not very nice, you just feel like you've wasted it or something like that. Or, you know, if you go overboard, you feel a bit gross, a bit ugh, then yeah, you feel a little bit like it's not worth it. Some days what I'll try and do instead is when I can work it in, you know, we'll have like a piece of cake or something instead, rather than going excessively over the top like I think I did yesterday. We'll just have a little piece of cake and count that in, and yeah, I feel a little bit better. So I'm looking forward to having this tomorrow, not tomorrow, sorry, Monday, and then another look over date on Tuesday, just because I feel like yesterday when I had too much, I feel like I'm ready for it. So yeah, it's fine. Not that I regret having the cheat day, you know, because I do look forward to them, especially when we go to the cinema or something like that. It's nice to have some snacks, but I think I went a little bit overboard. But I am rambling. So I'm just going to put a little bit more milk in there, just because it's a little bit thick already, and it will be setting in the fridge for a day or two. So I'm going to put in another third. Well, I'm going to do 50. So that's going to be 150 mils. And then I'm going to have in there as well, you don't have to put in this next part, I'm going to put in 20 grams of pecans. Actually, I might just put in 15 grams. If I take that, no, see, I'm trying to figure things out now and it's not quite doing. So that's near enough for me. So 15 grams of pecans, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quick chop those up. And I will be right back. So I've put those in there. I'm just going to give them a stir through. And then I'm going to transfer that to my glass jar. Like I've said before, if you know what your macros are and your protein goals and all that kind of thing, then, you know, add it however you're used to. This is just something that I do for myself, so I'm not suggesting that you use particular things or methods. You know, this is just something that I do, and I hope that you try it and enjoy it as much as me. So now I'm going to add, and you don't have to do this because there is quite a lot there, but I saw these in Aldi this week, and it was for it's like an American week. So what I'm going to do is, I did take 2 out of another packet that had been opened before they all got eaten. So I'm just going to take one, cut that in half, put that back in there for my husband's shortly. And then I'm just going to chop that up. And then put it on the top. Just for a little bit of something extra. So that's that done. If you can think of anything that you'd do differently or you'd add or remove, then let me know, or you know, give it a try, see how you get on. But thank you for watching. Sorry about my little ramble. I do kind of just blurt things out sometimes, so yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you give it a go and you enjoy it. Yeah, so thank you. Bye then.